Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's me, KiaSimone, and let's catch up on this Love and Marriage Huntsville child. Before we do, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. So the episode opens up in the middle of this comeback group meeting where they are committed to conflict, and Maurice is going off on Marsau, but y'all done stole our damn idea and slapped a new name on it. Marsau insists that he ain't stole shit. He said the reason he took it and renamed it, repackaged it, and represented it is because for some reason, the name comeback group triggers dysfunction. And they're completely dysfunctional when it's a comeback group meeting. But if they have the same initiative under a different name and different leadership, that might make the difference. Marsau is a card shuffling con man. Cause what? Kimmy told him that ain't true. You were the source of the dysfunction. If there was anybody who was the source of dysfunction in this group, it was you. And he said, well, I mean, that means it was dysfunctional. What? So Mel asked, well, why are y'all going back and forth? Do y'all even have a date for this bullshit? And so they said, well, yeah, March 8th. And she started looking around like, yeah, that sounds like I'm busy. They said, yeah, you just booked, huh? She said, yes, I am doing some openings that day. So I don't know that I'll be available. Maurice said, but you got technology and your technology is available. You can get on your phone and you can stream in. Zoom, YouTube Live. I don't give a damn how you do it, but you can get there virtually. Tisha said, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing none of that bullshit there. We ain't doing that. Mel said, well, Tisha, here's the thing. Despite all the good energy that we had when we came into the room, and girl, I don't know what you're talking about because y'all ain't want to shake hands and shit when y'all got in that room. But anyway, she said, despite all the good energy you felt when you came in this room, you sat down and you immediately came out of the gate like a baby bulldog. You was letting it be known you ain't paying nobody for nothing. Now when Maurice is suggesting that I stream in and virtually attend this whole thing because y'all said it's so important to have all 6 people there, now you ain't doing that. We ain't hearing that. It sounds to me like you're the closed-minded one. I said, now, well, when you're right, you're right. Mel said, you know what? I think Tisha don't want to be here tonight. That's what I think it is. Tisha said, no, if I didn't want to be here, I'd get up and walk away. Marsau could see this shit going left. Marsau see the money streaming right on out of his pocket. He said, well, hold on now. Hold on. Tisha want to be here. She wants you here. We want everybody here. Next thing you know, they yelling. Tisha and Marsau are trying to communicate that Tisha is just frustrated. Mel is yelling that I heard you. I'm trying to let you know I heard you. Martell's slow ass is growling. What is your problem? Kimmy asking them to stop, and Maurice said, see, this why we can't have shit. This why we can never have nice shit. Mel said the very energy in this meeting is one of the reasons she don't want to be bothered. And the idea of being in business with her ex-husband is another reason she's halfway out the door. So Maurice let it be known that the only way he's participating in this event is if all 6 members of the original comeback group are participating. So now this is all contingent on whether Mel agrees to attend in person. So Marsau is only concerned with Mel, will you agree to speak at the event in person? She said, I don't know about that. Mel said, well, honestly, a lot of things have gone down between us that doesn't make it all that comfortable to just be doing business. And so I feel like we have to take baby steps. Marsau told Tisha in the confessional, honestly, I'm okay with losing Mel. I mean, if she don't want to come, she don't want to come. Tisha said, that ain't gonna work. I'm telling you right now, that ain't gonna work. Tisha tried to make it about, well, if Mel doesn't participate, then Maurice isn't going to participate, and then it's all going to fall apart. But no, what it sounds like is Mel has the greater following, for better or worse. And if we really want the best turnout, we need to make sure that she's there. So we move on to Mel's pole dancing session where she and Nell are going to get pole dancing lessons. Now they are stiff and staged, but let's just get into it. So after they get their lessons, they call themselves catching up about what's going on in their personal lives. Now, Mel started the scene out explaining that the reason Nell has been able to remain in her friend circle is because she trusts her and they can have open communication even if they don't agree. She knows that Nell has true good intentions toward her. However, when Nell gets to asking her questions about what's going on in her personal life and her love life, all of a sudden Nell's a stranger too. So Nell starts asking her, well, you know, we doing this pole dancing class and Valentine's Day just went by and I saw you posted a picture of you and somebody's arm. So what you got going on? Mel said, I mean, oh, nothing, you know, yeah, I enjoy my Valentine's Day. I mean, it ain't nothing. Mel said, well, where were you for Valentine's Day? Mel said, out of the country. She said, out of the country with who? Mel just stared at her. She said, I mean, well, you do have mellometers that want to know. They want to know more than anybody. So in the confessional, Mel said that Nell knows her well enough to know that she says what she wants to say and does not say what she doesn't want to say. But she trusts Nell enough to spill one bean, not all the beans, just one. So here's my thing. Why is this an acceptable storyline for her when Destiny got booted from the show for the exact same thing? It was completely unacceptable. It was this whole movement online about she ain't sharing her life and we don't get to know nothing about what goes on with her. But now it's a storyline? I don't understand. So the bean that Mel decided to spill was that where they were in that picture was in the back of a vehicle on the way to the resort. Nell said, well, he must be special for his arm to make it into a picture. She said, yes, he is. He is very special. Nell said, well, are you in a good place with the new boo? She said, yes, I am. You know, before I even got into anything personal with him, I used to post protector, professor, provider. And according to Sheree's friend, you might want to add, put it down to that list too, because they over there talking about Martell and his two pumps. Mel said it wasn't until she left her marriage that in hindsight, she realized she'd never been protected. She didn't know what that felt like. In the confessional, Mel said that your spouse should be the person that you can trust the most. And when she realized that she was sleeping with the enemy, it was a major blow to her heart. She said it took her a while to heal from that, but now, fortunately, she's in a situation where she doesn't have that problem. And she was telling Nell that this man checks off everything on her list and beyond. This that man they said was Stephen. She said she is absolutely blown away by this love, that it sometimes leaves her in tears because she just didn't expect it to happen this quickly. Nell said, so you think this is your prince? She said, I do. Nell said, so am I gonna meet him? She said, maybe. Mel said, so we don't get to know his name or nothing like that. Mel said, Mel said, y'all won't know who she dealing with till she announced that she's married. Well, who the hell coming to the wedding? You just gonna lock the man up in the tower, ain't gonna let him out and ain't gonna tell nobody nothing about him. You just own him. Girl, what? Mel said, till you married. What? Mel said, yeah, that's probably what it'll be. I just pop out like, ta-da, so okay, Kenya. So Mel changes the subject in the conversation with Nell and she brings up the whole comeback group meeting. And she explained that they want her to participate in this expo, but she don't know about that because they got too much bad blood between them. And in the confessional, Mel said, I mean, even Beyonce left Destiny's Child. Mel said, I understand what it means and why she wanted to be solo, and I'm solo too. Girl, get. I said, just what in the delusions of grandeur are you talking about? She said they can accept her baby steps or they can step the hell on. So we move on and we see Marsau and Tisha going to look at an apartment because Scott Manor ain't gonna be ready for years and they want to renovate the current house they live in. But rather than map out a plan and do that while they live in the house, they'd rather go blow an entire budget on a side apartment that they're going to live in while Marsau renovates this house and ain't building Scott Manor. Marsau is running Tisha in circles. So as they're looking at this apartment, Marsau brings his big head out of left field with some bullshit about, well, let me tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking that while we doing this renovations and stuff, you and the girls should stay over here. And then me and MJ will stay at the house. Tisha said, why would you need to do that? Why would you and our son need to stay one place and me and our daughters need to stay someplace else? I want to know why too, because it sounds like a damn trial separation to me. Marsau starts his bullshit, but I got to get this stuff done, T. Just how the is you living over there gonna get it done quicker with your scamming ass, Marsau? Tisha said, no. I might act dumb, but I ain't dumb as I act. No, you gonna be staying here. Marsau started looking around like he had to come up with a whole nother story. Wait a minute, hold on, let me regroup. He said, hey, remember that time that you was out of town for Mother's Day weekend and you came home and I had renovated the whole bedroom? Tisha said, He said, you know how I did that? Tisha said, I guess working through the night. I said, I know this place smelled like purity bullshit when they left because he is full of shit. Tisha said, look here, I don't give a damn about all them stories you telling me. You and MJ ain't about to go over there and have a bachelor pad, okay? Marsau said, I don't think a man and his 16-year-old son is a bachelor pad. Well, it was on Boys in the Hood, and it's gonna be in Huntsville too. You full of shit. Tisha said, I don't give a damn what you call it. We ain't doing that, all right? We ain't even about to move in the direction of presenting this image of this two-parent household that got two different households. We ain't doing that. So now Marsau is making some speech about how he's a martyr for his family and he's just making the sacrifice to get his family ahead. Tisha rolled her eyes at that bullshit. Now he mad. Now all of a sudden she's rude and she's not listening. And he's trying to trigger her by telling her, you're making me feel the way that Mel and Maurice made you feel in that meeting. Man, if you don't, Tisha ain't going for the bullshit. She said, I know this old dog and his tricks. She said, there's some things I just ain't budging on. You can do the labor. When you get good and tired, you can get your ass in the car. You can drive down the street and come on home to us. That's what you can do. Marsau said, okay, well, I guess we can compromise. And what that means is I can consult somebody to come from the outside and do the labor, but it's going to cost a whole lot of money, which is going to come out of our allowances. So yeah, you ain't going to be shopping like that. Tisha don't give a damn, and neither do I. That's some bullshit. Because if y'all can create a whole budget to go get a whole apartment and everything that it takes to run and maintain a whole nother residence, then you got the money to pay somebody to do the damn labor. Marsau actually said to Tisha, so if you want me here, you got to pay for it. Well, we both got to pay for it. Tisha said, you got to pay for it. I'll be damned if he was standing in my face to tell me that bullshit. You want me here, you got to pay for it. If I'm going to pay for it, I'm going to pay for somebody I can send to get on out my face when they get on my nerves. Pay for it. So then we move on. We see Marsau at a construction site where he's building out a barber shop in their shopping center. And I said, well, maybe Tisha need to contract because he don't waste no time on nothing else except their projects. Well, Courtney came by to have a discussion about having family work for you. He is wanting to discuss with Marsau the fact that they fired Stormi's cousin and how does he handle having family working for him, being that he has Jaden working in black. And the first question I had between this scene and the scene at the end with Stormi's mama is this Stormi's business or is this a family business? Because why is everybody in her business but her? Courtney is talking about how he would just see Stormi's cousin on his phone and not doing anything and not working. And so, yeah, they had a meeting and fired him. Well, what exactly do you be doing when you are always seeing him not doing nothing? Like, if you always available to see him not doing nothing, what do you be doing? Marsau said for him, it comes down to trust. It doesn't matter who it is, family or not. You need to be able to trust who you have working for you. And Courtney said, well, he was like a little brother to me. Marsau said, well, I didn't fire my big brother. I don't give a damn about no brother. Courtney said, really? How did you handle that? Help me. Marsau said, yeah, Maurice was working for me one time. He was getting on my damn nerves because he was going through his divorce and he was going through it and stressing out. And he was stressing me out with that shit. And I said, this ain't my problem. This ain't my circus. These ain't my monkeys. And I told him he had to go. This motherfucker said, ain't nobody told you to jump out there and get married when you was 23. Sir? Well, you got married at whatever age you got married and you still don't know what you doing. So Marsau said working with family can just be a challenge. That's just what it comes down to. No, you don't work well with others, period. So to set us up for the scenes to come, Marsau asked, well, what's y'all's relationship like now that y'all have let him go? Courtney said, well, I ain't heard from him. And we used to talk every day. So yeah, things bad. So then we move on. We see Tisha and Mel meeting for lunch. Just prepare for the damn disaster. Tisha said she thinks there's something deeper going on with Mel because she doesn't want to participate with the comeback group initiative. She said it's more than money. There has to be something deeper going on. Yeah, like y'all refusing to pay people and demanding that they be there. Tisha said in the confessional, if she doesn't want to participate, she can just say no. But I don't like it when you make up excuses. Girl, what? Tisha cannot be serious. After you just refused to hear anything about this lady fees, no, you ain't zooming into this. If you can't come and be here in person for free and do exactly what we asked you to do, you can't participate at all. But she is the one making the excuses and being the problem, girl. So they do a bunch of fake catching up about the kids. And girl, how your kids and how your kids, and don't neither one of y'all give a damn. So Tisha got into what she was there for. She said, you know, at the comeback group meeting, the Black Expo edition, you didn't seem like you were there. I mean, you were there, but you weren't there. She said, you just weren't your usual self. You know, I was thinking Mel is usually a leader and she speaks up more and you just weren't doing any of that. I said, now what in the psych ward hell is you talking about, Tisha? How you tell somebody, not only are we hijacking the group so y'all don't run no more, that's our stuff. We want you to come participate and we want you to come participate for free. We ain't paying you, and if somebody pay us, we might give you $2 or $3 on whatever little program you got going on. And after you completely shut down any alternatives for them to participate if they are too booked and busy to actually be there, you mad that they didn't give you a profitable piece of their mind. Girl, if you don't go to hell. You cannot start your meeting with I ain't giving you shit and then want somebody to give you gems. It don't work like that. Mel explained to Tisha, well, the last time we met as the comeback group, we hadn't been through as much as we've been through now. So no, I'm not going to show up the same way that I showed up 3-4 years ago. Well, in all honesty, I mean, you didn't want to participate 3-4 years ago either, but I mean, I get what you're saying. Mel said it was just a few months ago we was at the reunion hurling all kinds of comments about devils and dark souls. So I think it's a little bit irrational to expect that I would be jumping for joy to participate in any of y'all's endeavors. I don't give a damn if you call it charity. She said, and not only do I not care for y'all like that, I for damn sure don't care for that man I had them kids with, and y'all got him in that group, and I don't really want to be doing no business with him. Tisha said, well, we know it's going to be a great event. Now, it would be nice if we could have all 6 people participate, but it'll still be a great event with just the 5. I mean, we ain't begging nobody now. So in the confessional, Tisha says, you know, Mel is making some valid points, and I can respect her points, but it's not really about us. It's about the community. Girl, if you don't go to community, hell. Mel said at this point, she's really not interested in having her participation in this expo be either a topic of conversation or a point of negotiation. She says she has absolutely no problem helping behind the scenes, but she don't want nobody harassing her and pressuring her and getting on her damn nerves about come be an expo. So Tisha comes back and says, well, are you willing to come there and support the event and actually just be there in person? So basically you want to walk through. This has nothing to do with community. This is about drawing a crowd, which draws dollars. Mel says she may or may not be able to come and support the event in person because she does have a performance that's booked out of state that's right around that same date. Tisha said, well, girl, I'm going to tell you, if we get on social media and see you booed up, I'm going to say, now this heifer, you out your damn mind. Help me understand. Just why would you feel entitled to this woman's presence and participation in your event after you done gave her your entire ass to kiss, told her I ain't giving you $1 of my damn money? What would make you think you could, this heifer, if you see her laid up on a day you didn't pay her to sit up? Girl, what is you talking about? Mel said, no, I won't be on vacation or booed up. I really do have a performance scheduled that day. Tisha said, well, I do need you, if you're available, to actually come look at the event center with us and tell them that you've declined to participate in person. I said, tell who? Girl, what in the Illuminati hell are you talking about? Go tell who she's not participating in person. Like what? Mel ignored her. Tisha said, did you hear me? Mel said, Tisha said, yeah, you heard me. I don't know how I'm going to break this down to Maurice. Girl, the same way y'all was planning to break it down to the Illuminati, she ain't coming. Mel said, don't worry about it. I'll send you a video for Maurice's sake. Now Tisha said, no, you ain't going to send no video. You do a FaceTime live call. You didn't want that. Tisha said, overall, she thinks the meeting went great. Girl, I think Tisha thinks anything that doesn't end in a fight went well. Mel left Tisha to pay the bill, and we move on to Stormi's family feud. And child, there's some bullshit here. So we get to Stormi's house, and she's sitting at home with her mom. She's lighting sage and preparing for this family meeting with her mom, her mom's sister, and her cousin Junior that she just fired. Well, her mama is already fired up about, I told you from the giddy up not to hire him. Friends and family don't mix with business. Stormi just trying to get the sage to light, like, mama, could we please sit down in peace before you start your shit? Well, you gonna need a whole lot more than that sage, because your mama got something in her that sage can't do nothing with. So the backstory to this meeting is that apparently Junior and Stormi grew up really, really close, but their moms are at odds and always have been. Well, Stormi's mama made it her business to reach out to Junior's mama and let her know, yeah, your boy got fired on his day off. And now they beefing. Stormi said she really wishes that her aunt could have found out about her firing Junior in any way other than her damn mama. So Stormi starts the conversation by explaining that she realizes that when she and Junior have a conflict, it triggers the conflict between her mom and her aunt. And she really didn't want that to happen. Her aunt said, well, I would like to know why you didn't find it necessary to tell me yourself that you fired Junior. Stormi said, well, I was under the impression that Junior was going to tell you, but you found out from my mom. She said, yeah, your mama told me. Stormi is just looking at her mama like, just why? Her mama said, well, she came to my house one day and we were talking and she kept mentioning the warehouse, the warehouse, the warehouse. So I told her her son don't work in the warehouse no more. Her aunt said, yeah, and I didn't appreciate her coming at me off guard out of left field like that. Stormi's mama said, off guard? She said, yeah, off guard, because I had no idea. And I kind of feel like she knew that. Stormi's aunt went on to say, yeah, your mama also said after she wanted to let me know that, yeah, Junior don't work at the warehouse no more. She said, yeah, he said something about Stormi and I was about to whoop his butt. Junior said, who's gonna whoop my ass? Her mama said, no. Now, see, let me tell you something I done noticed her mama like to do. She get to talking that shit. And as soon as she thinks somebody about to pop back, she starts backpedaling. Like, no, that ain't what I said. No, I ain't quite said it like that, or she'll change her tone. She did the same thing with Nell at that dinner. So she starts, I didn't say that. That's not what I said. You know I don't bite my tongue. Well, you should. So Stormi's mama starts the speech about, I just felt like after all Stormi has done for you and after all the times and ways she's been there for you to tell her when she says stuff ain't going right in her warehouse, for you to tell her you just an employee. You're not just an employee, you're her cousin too. So I'm her cousin, and that counts for something when it matters to her, but not when it matters to me. Junior said, I am just an employee, and there's but so much that I can see and tell her from my vantage point. Her mom said, but you saw. But you saw what? Saw Stormi not running her business and expecting everybody to do it but her? Her aunt sat up and asked the $1 million question. She said, may I speak? Whose business is this? Girl, ma'am, where's your collection plate? I'd like to put $1 in it because I want to know too. Her aunt said, is it yours or is it Bettie's? And now Stormi is nervous and stammering and her mama said, no, say what you want to say. Go ahead, say what you want to say. Yeah, because somebody need to tell you, this ain't your business. Stormi tried to change the subject. She said, I just wanted to talk to y'all. I mean, how do you feel about not hearing it from Junior? Girl, Junior's mama said, listen, he is 29 years old. I can't tell him what to do, and his auntie for damn sure can't tell him what to do. Stormi's mama said, but I'm not trying to tell him what to do. She said, well, then tell me this. How come every time you call yourself being upset with my child, you start talking out the side of your neck, threatening him? Like, I'm going to whoop his, so I'm going to curse him out. Tell me that. So Stormi's mama starts with that, no, I was pissed with the way he treated my daughter. Stormi took the time to pay $15,000 to get him out of jail. Well, here's my question. Were any of those dollars yours? Because you are living vicariously through your daughter. You are giving, you ain't got no life, you ain't got no business, and you think that everything that your daughter has is yours. She thought she was dropping a bomb. Junior said, Junior went to jail. Who gives up? Stormi's aunt jumped up and said, get this damn mic off me now. Yeah, somebody about to get their ass whooped. She said, she ain't about to play with my child. She want to throw it out there about my child went to jail. She said, she ain't perfect, I ain't perfect, and you ain't perfect. So she want the world to know that my child went to jail, and she gonna announce that you went to jail too? Now, while Stormi's aunt is in a complete uproar, her mother is sitting back on the couch, skinning and grinning. You can see she got so much satisfaction out of the confusion and the hurt and the anger that she caused. She got so much satisfaction out of it. So when Stormi said, why are you chuckling? She said, because she said you went to jail. She said, so what? I went to jail when I was 18. Okay, so what? But she's in the confessional saying, well, thanks, Aunt Lisa, for letting everybody know that I went to jail. Yes, I went one time when I was 18 for 3 days. But when I saw the judge, I got to go home. So ain't no problem when your mama put Junior's business in the street. But, oh, thanks, Aunt Lisa. And you want to provide all kind of explanations and how this ain't that when it comes to you. Girl, go to hell. So no, ain't no thank you, Aunt Lisa. Thank your damn mama, who wanted to out everybody's business because clearly that makes her feel better about herself and her life and whatever she has not done with it. Thank your mama for trying to expose people and therefore getting you exposed. So her aunt goes stomping out and Junior sits down to ask Stormi's mama, Bettie, so you like airing people's dirty laundry, but is all your laundry clean? And all of a sudden, I don't want to talk to you. He said, why you don't want to talk to me? She said, I don't, because you a condescending little prick. Well, ma'am, it must run in the family, and you look like you the big tree. So Stormi interjects to say, I don't really think this is about us. I think you need to talk to Aunt Lisa. And her mom starts, well, sometimes blood don't have to be thicker than water. Let me tell you what done happened. Stormi done come up on some money. Her mama thinks now that we got this money, I'm free to treat everybody exactly how I feel about them. She don't like no damn body, including herself, and she projects all that nastiness on anybody in her vicinity. Her mama said, well, sometimes you just got to cut blood off. Ma'am, ma'am, and you're the blood to be cutting off. So Stormi's aunt is outside crying, and when Stormi goes to check on her and she's asking her to stop crying, she just started repeating, your mom is evil. So her aunt is saying, I'm through with her, and Stormi is saying, no, you need to be inside. You need to go inside. She said, no, I don't want nothing to do with her. She said, well, you do need to go in there because she in there with Junior by herself and is going somewhere that you need to be. All y'all do is instigate. So inside, Junior is asking his Aunt Bettie to explain to me how I'm a condescending prick. She said, don't quit me. He said, so you can call me, but you can't explain why I'm that. I told you don't quit me. Her aunt goes stomping in the house saying, leave my child alone. She said, make me. Ma'am, your horns and your tail is hanging out. You need to tuck them shit in. Stormi's aunt told her mama, I hope you win an Academy Award since you were willing to sell your family for this. She said, you are no longer my sister. And now there's this whole uproar. Her mama standing there grinning and skinning. Stormi is screaming about why y'all can't just have a fucking conversation. Because you and your mama think people supposed to kiss y'all ass. That's why. So Stormi is telling them how they're making it hard for the younger generation. Stormi's mama is screaming about Lisa don't want her to stay. Lisa said, you can't talk to the devil. I said, well, you're right about that. Stormi said, why are y'all acting like this? Her mom screams, her. Ma'am, if you got a prescription, please go take it. So Stormi is going outside to check on her aunt. And in the confessional, she explains that growing up, her mom and her aunt were actually really, really close. But their relationship took a turn when her grandfather got sick. And they had to decide among the children how they were going to care for the grandfather. And Stormi's mom ended up taking on the bulk of the responsibility. She said, and their relationships just started to change after that. Now, I don't know if they didn't help her. I don't know if she's bitter. I don't know what it is. But whatever it is she's harboring ain't hurting them. It's hurting her because it has taken root in her. And she obviously has some deep-seated bitterness. So while they're outside talking, Stormi's aunt tells Stormi she feels completely blindsided because she trusted her coming into the situation. And Stormi is, well, you know, I ain't got no control over what comes out of my mama's mouth. So Stormi is outside crying to her aunt about, well, whether you talk to my mama now or later, you're going to have to talk to her. And this is making it so hard on me and Junior. And I didn't grow up with any siblings. And you're like my second mom. Her aunt said, exactly. Why do you think I've been trying so hard for so long? Because of how I feel about you. Stormi said, but when I asked for both of y'all to do it, it's just talk. Well, girl, go talk to your mama. Because your mama is in your face and on these cameras starting shit and keeping shit up. Stormi said, can y'all just talk? Can you talk to mama for me? She said, no, I'm never talking to her again. But you have to. That's your sister. No, she don't. And that's what you don't understand. You don't have to stay connected to nothing that's poisoning you just because it's related to you. No, you don't. Stormi's aunt said, you know that I have always tried to keep the peace. Your mama said she's never wrong. And she thinks by getting loud and ghetto, now, y'all know I be going off out the ghetto, but I know what she meant. She thinks by getting loud and ghetto, that makes her right. And y'all keep asking me to forgive her over and over and over again while she keeps doing the same thing to me. Her aunt said, I'm sorry, it ain't gonna happen. Your mama likes to act like my kids ain't shit. And when it comes to my kids, that's one thing I don't play about. She said, yeah, Junior went to jail. He was wrong. He did his time. And that should be that. We should be able to move on from that. But there will be no coming back from this. So Stormi is still just disregarding everything her aunt is saying and feeling. And well, could you please just talk to her for me? No, because this ain't about you. Her aunt said, look at me. I'm telling you now, if I go in there and talk to her, all that money you got, you're going to have to go in that bag and bomb both of us out. Her aunt said, I love you to death, but when your mama started going left, you sat there and you let her. You didn't do anything. She said, well, I can't stop my mama from saying nothing. She said, all right, well, I can. She said, I can stop her from talking shit about me and mine. And if that means that I don't get to be a part of your life and Courtney's life and Chess's life, then I'm sorry, that's just what that means. I love you, but I need you to take accountability. And the episode ends with Stormi's mama creeping up behind them like some Resident Evil. Just child. They said it's to be continued, and I guess we'll see what chamber of hell Stormi's mama is going to take us to next week. But that's it, that's all, and I ain't got no more. Thank you so much for coming down here listening to me and letting me get this off my chest. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And in the meantime, until next time, just like every time, I love you and I mean it. Bye.